Now that we know what SingleStore and Snowflake envision together with the Iceberg support, let's look at a working demo of how SingleStore, when combined with Snowflake, can really supercharge your application with an interactive speedy layer. In this demo, I'll be using a Snowflake environment which contains 2.3 billion records for multiple stock portfolios for over 5 years. And then I'll ingest some of these data into SingleStore. Now, this is great at building a data mart solution on top of SingleStore, which provides a lot of interactivity. But we'll take it a notch further to provide and enrich this with real-time updates to power a real-time interactive dashboard. Let's jump into the demo. To begin with, I'll switch over to my Snowflake console. Here, I have created this volume which will house my Iceberg data. And this is the data that is referring to the stock. This is roughly 2.3 billion records. And this is basically records of every portfolio for the last 5 years, taken every second. There's also an enrichment data, which has some business logic about the company, the sector, the IPO year, and which can enhance business decisions. And this is currently working on Snowflake. Let me also show you the app that this is powering. Now, this is the historical dashboard app that is currently powered by Snowflake. You have a moving 90-day window of the stock portfolio, and also a one-day trading volume. Currently, it has NVIDIA and Snowflake, the two most popular stock right now. Let me also add the third most popular thing, which is Microsoft. Here you can see that with Microsoft being added, I can provide the same richness to my application over the 90 days and a one-day trading volume. Now, this is great. But what if you want to have real-time interactivity and real-time decision making in the last 5 minutes? How would you do that? That's where the new solution of SingleStore with Snowflake come into picture. To begin with, we need to get Iceberg data out of Snowflake. Snowflake provides a great and a simple way to create Iceberg tables. Let me quickly get this for you. So here the Iceberg schema is created. Let me also insert some data here with the single SQL command. Similarly, I'll do the same thing for my enrichment data. And as you can see, all my Iceberg table is created. And that's it. Now let me switch over to SingleStore. In my SingleStore instance, I'm using the new 8.7 release build, and I will be creating a zero ETL pipeline, which is the simplest way to move data into SingleStore. I created the schemas. Let me also set up some new flags, and let me initially create the schemas that I need to have on SingleStore side. I'll also have the data from the stock exchange, which is live feed that will be powered in SingleStore. As you can see, none of these table has any data right now. This is where I'll be creating the new zero ETL solution, which is the pipeline of SingleStore. As you can see, this is a standing and a known pipeline command, which is pointing to the Snowflake catalog, and we are directly using the data in the Iceberg to be ingested in SingleStore. Let this create the pipeline, and I'll do the same thing for the data, for the 1 day worth of data that I had created the Iceberg table from. This really sets the stage for ingesting data. Now let's test the pipeline to see if the data is actually flowing in or not. And we can clearly see that we can read the Snowflake catalog and the Iceberg data to ingest in SingleStore. Now let me start this pipeline, and very quickly you will see that the data is now flowing inside SingleStore. As you can see, the data has already started flowing in. The enrichment data was a smaller set, so it's already done, and boom, all your data is inside SingleStore. Now that I see that my data is already inside SingleStore, let's switch over to the app and see what new capabilities can be unlocked with this. This was the historical view that was being powered mainly by Snowflake. Now let's look at the real-time feed, which is powered by SingleStore on top of Snowflake data. In this, I'm looking at real-time feeds coming from stock exchange per second, being enriched by the lakehouse data and powering these visualization on the top. I can add more stocks to it, which will continuously change this and add more richness to your application. Now, this is the complete new capabilities that is unlocked by bringing SingleStore and Snowflake together to power these per second responsive dashboards that was earlier impossible to build. Through this demo, it's clear that combining the power of SingleStore and Snowflake Customer can add great value to the application that are built on top of the same data set. With the zero ETL pipeline, we can do this in a very simple way and without any added complexity. This is just the journey of single stores with Snowflake. Right now, it's zero ETL. Very soon, we'll be launching the no ETL solution, and all of this can be deployed with single store on Helios and Snowflake, as well as all of this inside the SPCS environment, which keeps data inside one ecosystem. Thanks.